The Captain and the Cook. Welcome to Dodo's Story Diaries. In the vast expanse of the ocean, there sailed a ship helmed by a pirate captain known for his brutality and greed. Under his command, his soldiers were more like slaves, enduring harsh treatment and relentless beatings for even the slightest hint of resistance. This captain, driven by his insatiable desire for wealth and power, plundered far-off lands, looting riches from those who dared to cross his path. Yet amidst the chaos of his reign, there existed a silent hero, the cook. On board the ship, the cook was but a young boy, toiling tirelessly to feed the crew, including the undervalued servants and soldiers. His culinary skills were unmatched, effortlessly conjuring up meals to sustain the weary souls aboard the vessel. While the captain and his men indulged in the spoils of their conquests, the cook remained overlooked and underappreciated, a mere afterthought in the eyes of his oppressors. One fateful day, the captain caught wind of rumors surrounding a distant island kingdom, overflowing with gold and pearls. Eager to add to his plunder, he set sail for this newfound treasure trove, heedless of the consequences that awaited him. As the ship approached the shores of the island, its people, vigilant and united, stood ready to defend their homeland. In a fierce battle that ensued under the cloak of night, the captain and his soldiers were swiftly overpowered and apprehended by the king's forces. Their ship was seized, its contents confiscated as evidence of their crimes against the island kingdom. While the pirate captain's expedition to a distant island ended in defeat and imprisonment, the cook locked himself up inside the galley, fearing being killed by the king's soldiers. The cook, hiding himself away during the chaos, was later captured by the king's soldiers and sent to prison. Seeing the cook emaciated and weak, the soldiers, presuming him to be harmless, brought him before the king. The cook stood tall and resolute, proclaiming his innocence in the captain's misdeeds. He recounted his days spent laboring in the ship's galley, his only concern the nourishment of his fellow crewmates. The king asked him why he chose to hide aboard the pirate ship, knowing the risks involved. The cook replied, "Your Majesty, I hid because I had nowhere else to go. I was but a boy when I was taken aboard that ship, torn from my home and forced into servitude. I had no family, no friends, no one to turn to for help. So I hid, biding my time until the opportunity arose to escape." The cook honestly admitted that, though he knew of the captain's nefarious plans, he had chosen to remain uninvolved, guided by a moral compass that transcended the greed of his oppressors. The cook was imprisoned, and the king ordered him to serve the kingdom's soldiers by cooking. Days turned into months, and yet, the young boy cooked tirelessly, his efforts fueled by a sense of duty and honor. Despite the hardships he faced, he remained steadfast in his commitment to his principles, earning the respect and admiration of all who crossed his path. Impressed by the cook's loyalty and courage, he was finally summoned to the king's court, where he stood before his sovereign with a quiet confidence, his gaze unwavering. When questioned about his intentions, he spoke not of riches or conquests, but of a simple dream born from the depths of his heart. "Your Majesty, I dream not of gold or jewels," he declared, "but of freedom and tranquility. A piece of land where I may cultivate the earth and tend to my crops, surrounded by the companionship of animals and the beauty of nature." Moved by the cook's humility and sincerity, the king granted him his freedom and a small parcel of land to call his own. With gratitude in his heart, the cook pledged his allegiance to his newfound sovereign, offering his services as a humble cook in the king's court. As the days passed, the cook's dream became a reality. He tended to his garden with care, raising chickens, cows, goats, cats, dogs, and ducks who became his faithful companions. And in return, he cooked for the king with all the passion and skill he possessed. His culinary creations became legendary throughout the kingdom, earning him the title the beloved chef of the king. Meanwhile, the once powerful pirate captain languished in prison, his dreams of riches and conquest shattered by his excessive arrogance. As he whiled away his days in solitude, he could only watch from afar the cook, once his humble servant, rose to prominence and acclaim, a testament to the enduring power of dreams and the resilience of the human spirit. In the story of the pirate captain and the cook, both characters embody different manifestations of dreaming and living in dream. The underlying truth behind this story is, living a life of simplicity and contentment is a treasure often overlooked in today's fast-paced materialistic world. We are constantly bombarded with images of wealth and luxury, leading us to believe that happiness can only be found in the accumulation of riches. Yet, there is a profound beauty in appreciating what we have, finding joy in the simple pleasures that life offers. On the other hand, the lives of the very rich are often portrayed as the pinnacle of success and happiness. However, behind the facade of opulence, there are often darker stories of how such wealth is earned and accumulated. Many rich individuals and corporations engage in practices that are far from ethical, driven by an insatiable greed that disregards the welfare of others and the environment. Admiring those who live a simple life teaches us the importance of contentment. It shows us that happiness is not about having more, but about needing less. It encourages us to focus on the things that truly matter. Our health, our relationships, our passions, and our sense of purpose. These are the pillars of a fulfilling life, providing a foundation that is far more stable and enduring than any amount of money. Meanwhile, the pirate captain languished in jail, his dreams of wealth and power shattered by his own greed and cruelty. And though he paid a heavy price for his crimes, the cook's simple dream brought him far greater riches, the respect and admiration of all who knew him. By shifting our admiration away from the very rich and towards those who find joy in simplicity, we can redefine our understanding of success and happiness. We can learn to appreciate the beauty of a life well lived, not because of the wealth it accumulates, but because of the love, integrity, and gratitude it embodies. Thanks for watching. Also like and subscribe.